Hey fellow Gloomhaven players, we're back with the digital version of Gloomhaven. And today, I'm going to talk about a ton of stuff before I really get started. I will load into my campaign. I decided to, I guess on a whim yesterday, I was just curious. I went on the Steam and discussion pages for Gloomhaven. I just wanted to see what people were talking about overall. And besides the abundance of difficulty discussions, which I'll just silently encourage people do their best. It's a hard game to learn. There's a lot of stuff, especially if you're playing solo. You know, I found if we pay attention to my streaming or recording habits, both of them, I can do like 8 hours easy, 8+ of most other games, but the Gloomhaven videos, I don't really hit that sort of length period because I just become mentally exhausted and I need a break after a couple of quests in this game. You know, you unlock a bunch of new stuff and need time to digest and parse all the data and information and all that good stuff. Anyway, so we're gonna do some discussing of some things here. If you don't care about me basically vlogging for a few minutes, feel free to jump ahead if you're watching this on YouTube later, and if you're tuning in on stream, you can just suffer listening to me talk, I suppose. Because I wanted to go over a handful of details that I've learned and what I'm gonna do, I suppose, moving forward. So you guys know, and I'll keep bringing it up just as a general reminder, but we all know that I want to port my digital file over to tabletop eventually, which I am going to do eventually. I don't know when exactly I'm going to end up doing that. For the time being, I'm gonna get this guy a major healing potion. I have thought of a few ways of building this dude here of ours. I did take the time to think about that anyway. For the porting over, I'm gonna stick with digital version as long as I can, but I wanted to point out some things that people, some of you may know, some of you may not know, may not be aware. There is I don't have ignore item thing yet. I'm gonna get him a leather armor for now. We'll probably switch it out later. There are some lingering bugs in the digital version. Some scenarios act up. Some of them a little more major than others. But I'm gonna stick with digital as, like I said, as long as I can. Apparently some scenarios you can get stuck on. And in those cases, if we get stuck, I'll switch over to the tabletop then. Now, the next thing I wanted to talk about is a pretty big deal. I think the past couple videos, because I was grinding for enhancements, it's amazing I stumbled upon this topic. I'm like really glad I went onto the discussion thread out of curiosity. Because we've got something to talk about here when it comes to the enhancing of cards in this game. So, I don't understand the logic as to why this is the case. Some of you may know, some of you may not, but apparently enhancements in the current version of Gloomhaven Digital do not carry over between retired characters. They are not permanent. And, you know, some people like this, a lot of people don't as well. I don't really follow the logic as to why this is the case, but we're going to verify it right now by creating another Cragheart real fast, because I just upgraded our Cragheart's card. So this is going to be our third Cragheart that I make, and he's going to have a personal quest, so we're going to need to retire this one as well. We're doing this just to verify this report, because I haven't seen it myself yet. I've only read about it on a recent discussion post talking about beta updates. So this is also the second of our 6 slots that I have of free character creation being used to retire everyone at least once and unlock everything. So I need to keep that in mind as well. I'm gonna call this guy Mudslide instead of Mudbath, just because he's gonna end up retiring. I apparently cannot. Interesting. They don't let you capitalize it as one word. Anyway, we have Mudslide here. He's a bro of Mudbath from the Mud Clan. And oh yeah, at the very beginning of my playthrough, I actually got the symbol wrong. This is the summoner symbol here, apparently. Own 4 enhancements. We can do that pretty easily. So I'm going to take this, and then I guess I'm going to quickly unlock this summoner class. Or pounds of flesh, kill 15 vermlings. We could also do that fairly quickly. We're going to get augmented abilities. Now, if you remember, we upgraded Dirt Tornado, so if I go to him, and I go to his cards, and I go to Dirt Tornado, you can see the curse is not there. So it is true. Much to my dismay. This is depressing news. There's no point in enhancing your character's cards in the current version of Gloomhaven, really. At least if you're planning on retiring the character. So, it is what it is. And we can fix this. I'm gonna tell you guys what I'm gonna do, but first I want to explain the entire discussion I saw. So apparently, coming soon to the beta of Gloomhaven, which on Steam you can opt in to play the beta. I believe you need to join the Discord, or you can do it through Steam itself. I have not opted in. I'm not going to, but you can opt in to play the beta. And coming soon to the beta, there's going to be new campaign options, which probably should have already been implemented, quite honestly, because this is a little weird in my opinion, but it is what it is. Like, I don't know why they decided to not follow the board game. Granted, this really does explain why you're forced to retire in the current state of the game. It explains why, because it just doesn't matter if you sell your items and enhance a card, because the enhancement doesn't stick. But coming soon, and there's no time frame given, you will be able to make a new campaign and set the option so that your enhancements are permanent, just like the board game. Now, that's great. That's great news. It's a great addition. Kudos, devs. It probably should have been that way to begin with, in my personal opinion. I think you guys, I don't know what the logic is for having it not be permanent. I can only imagine that people who've been playing, because this game has been out for a while in early access, I can only imagine people in early access were complaining about enhancements being permanent to a character, probably because of multiplayer games. If you wanted to switch up and try things out, and a character had an enhancement on them that someone else put on, and you can't take it off. The enhancements are the legacy portion of the game. It's how you know your character's left his mark for his like race, and it's permanently there for everyone in the future that plays that character. It has to use the enhancements someone chose. So my theory is people didn't like that for the multiplayer. I'm not 100% sure, but that's what my current theory is. Anyway, I'm gonna level him up real fast since we're gonna need to. So they're going to fix it. Now the problem with this coming fix is you have to start a new campaign. You're gonna have to start over, and I don't want to start over. Put a lot of time into this campaign already. We're probably around... Let me look at my Steam. My Steam says 52.9 hours. I know at the beginning I had like 13 hours on the early alpha or pre-release, so we're about 40-ish hours in this campaign, give or take. So I don't want to start over. We're gonna take, instead of clear the way, blunt force, by the by. One of the little changes I made to my endgame build idea for Cragheart. Okay. Anyway, I'm not gonna buy stuff with him yet. I'm going to rush upgrading this guy. But here's the deal, right? So you have to make a new game in order to switch the game settings. You can't change it while in a currently existing campaign. That's just not going to work according to the developers. I suppose, you know, it's really hard to program it so stuff doesn't break, I imagine. I know programming is a complicated thing. It seems like you could hit escape right here and hit an option and just change it. Like, enhancements are permanent now in here. Oh shit, you can change can you change the difficulty? I'm gonna stay on brutal. Are we, I don't know if this is just describing it or changing the difficulty. I'm actually curious. I'm gonna exit and see if it says we're on deadly now. So maybe difficulty does change in the game. I was gonna make a joke about how this is one of those things I wish I knew in advance. Like, I play usually spoiler free. I ask people not to hold my hand stuff. This is one of those little details I wish I knew about in advance. So it would have saved us some time. This difficulty change and mostly the enhancements thing, but I'm explaining it to you guys now to hopefully save people some time. We are still on brutal, so it is just a description of the difficulty, not a change. We are not on deadly. Anyway, that's fine. This is, again, the hardest that the board game can possibly go currently. Next thing I wanted to discuss, right, so since I don't want to start a new campaign, I'm going to treat myself appropriately for the time I just spent farming, and this is going to ease up me grinding in digital regardless. So what do I mean? I have a huge growing note document, a little notepad list of my digital to board game, everything I need to do. I've been going over my videos and writing stuff down. I'm almost done catching up on videos so I can stay in modern time. But what I'm going to do is pretty much the same thing I like to do before I reach retirement. I'm gonna reach the gold value for an enhancement. So like, let's say I want to enhance this guy with plus attack. And I had 50 gold before he retired. Instead of doing it in game, right, I'm gonna say that I accomplished this. I achieved the money. That's what I'm gonna do with my money. I won't spend the money on items, and I'm probably only gonna enhance before I retire. So, with that in mind, the Cragheart, this is the treat. Earlier I said I wasn't going to get a second enhancement for my Cragboy, but we will get probably a second, probably a third. So if you remember, I had the initial gold and items that I lost. I had enough for the Curse NATO on the first one I retired. Then I grinded 175 more gold to actually upgrade the card, so that's a second enhancement of my choice. And when we retired the second Cragheart, I had 200, I had a little over 200 from selling all the items. Because once you hit that milestone to retire, you can spend all the guy's gold from the personal quest of getting gold, funnily enough, enhance a card, and then still retire them. They don't have to hold the gold. So we're gonna treat our Cragheart to 3 enhanced cards when I go to the board game. And moving forward, instead of enhancing here because it's completely meaningless, I'm going to we'll look at Theodore, right? Because he's got a lot of items. So when he's ready to promote, I'm going to look at his current gold. I'll even grind to reach whatever cost value I want to hit. But I'm going to include the price of selling all his items. So we'll add all these up. And then I'm going to enhance the card I'm going to put in my notepad. So when we go over to the board game version, we're going to have the enhancement of my choice. Because currently there's no reason to do it in the digital version. So that's how I'm going to tackle this situation. Which is, it's cool that I'm going to the board game. I'm going to do a series on that. Because this is a workable fix. In the digital game, it's sad I won't be able to play with the enhanced cards. I like getting more powerful, and I love the legacy component of Gloomhaven. I think that customization is phenomenal. It's sad that we can't do it on digital, but we won't be on digital for too long because now I'm not gonna grind as hard. We're just gonna go through all the core scenarios, and then I'm sure we'll be in the board game sooner than I would have been otherwise. So that's how I'm gonna handle enhancements. Now the other thing I want to mention about this update that's coming, I can't find the damn discussion thread again. They had another talking point. Hold on, I'm browsing a couple pages. Oh, I think I found it. Yes, so there's some changes coming, and there's a change to enhancements that are coming. Oh yeah, so what they're doing with this update, for anyone who's playing just digital, they're discounting the cost of enhancements to be 75% of the total. So this was approved by Isaac. Isaac is the creator of Gloomhaven board game. So they have his approval for this change. Because these enhancements aren't permanent, they're going to be discounted to 75%. So if something costed you 100, it'll cost 75 gold instead. It's a nice little discount, I guess, for the non-permanency, because now you can opt to spend gold on enhancements instead of items. I still think it's good that this game mode is there. I would call this an alternative house rule, honestly. I'm that kind of purist. It's good that this house rule exists for people that don't like permanently changing cards if they're, if you're playing multiplayer for a really long time, especially Guildmaster mode, which is a little more freeform, and I am going to check out Guildmaster mode down the road. That's cool. That's cool. I still wish it was more true to the board game now, but what can you do? So I wanted to mention that. Now, the next thing that's going to be changed, and I haven't talked about this yet, but it should be noted, when I switch over to tabletop, I am going to be playing every single known Frosthaven update change that I can implement. There's a ton that are publicly available and known and confirmed to be the case. I'm going to be playing with all of them. Now, I have a list of Frosthaven changes, and more Frosthaven changes are coming in the next update to Gloomhaven Digital. So that's why I want to mention this. Let me get my list up here. Frosthaven rules updates. And let me look at this this article some more. Let me see if I can get it for you guys. We can go over it. Steam. The problem with the window capture for Steam is it doesn't display the it doesn't display what's in the thing. You just see this black screen. You can't see them on the discussions page. I don't know how to fix that. Anyway, I'm just gonna read it to you guys since I don't do desktop streaming. Excuse me, I want to take a sip of my drink. I am gonna play a little. We're gonna play at least one scenario today, but I'm gonna go over all these talking points. Anyway, the line of sight is being changed. There's going to be a center point on each hex, and you can use it to draw lines between the hexes. The option will ignore the rule about not being able to draw a line from a point that touches a wall. And this is a change just to represent the similar change from Jaws of the Lion and Frosthaven, where you can draw your line from anywhere on the hex. So for anyone who doesn't know, I wish I could get into a mission without proccing another. I don't want to farm a city encounter, but if you have a hex, original Gloomhaven rules, and I guess the way it works in this game is you have to go from any of the 6 corners of your 6-sided hex to any of the 6 corners on the other hex, and that is your line of sight. Personally, I think that was fine. It made a lot of sense, but people couldn't comprehend it because not everybody can keep up, which is fine. I'm not here to make fun of anybody, but they changed it in Jaws of the Lion, and Frosthaven's gonna continue to incorporate the change that if you can draw a line from anywhere on a hex to another hex, and if you don't touch a wall or obstacle, I think just a wall because you can see through obstacles, but you have line of sight to that hex. So you can draw a line from anywhere instead of a corner to a corner. I don't know why corner to corner was so unfathomably difficult. Because I never thought it was. I also never thought it was confusing. But that's a major change, and that's gonna come to digital. Another Frosthaven change, and this is a positive buff to players. Advantage and disadvantage is updated in Frosthaven. Currently, and we've seen it in my past video, just the last recording, in the last scenario we played. If you have advantage and you draw a rolling modifier, you draw a second card, and then the game chooses the better of the two, right? So your rolling modifier, if you draw a second rolling modifier, you'll draw a third card, and if that third card is the null, you miss your attack. And we laugh and laugh and laugh. And, there's other funky situations. This is how Gloomhaven currently works. In Frosthaven, advantage and disadvantage is changed. So if you have advantage, you're going to draw your 2 cards. If the first card is a rolling modifier, you now put it aside. And if the next card is a rolling modifier, you're going to put it aside. You're going to put every rolling modifier aside until you draw 2 non-rolling modifiers. Or until you draw 1 non-rolling modifier. If the next card is a roller, again, you ignore the rolling on it. So you draw all your rolling modifiers, which means all your additives, like your +1 or create element or status effect. And then you draw 2 more cards. Like the first time you get a non-roller, and then 1 more card after that. And then you pick the best one, and all of those rolling modifiers apply to the best one. This means you cannot hit the null anymore with advantage, which is how it should be. And you have an insane critical if you get a crit or a blessing. So that is coming to this. The disadvantage change is, I think, the same thing. You just ignore rolling modifiers entirely. So you draw 2 cards and you pick the worst, I believe. Hold on. Where's my notes? Advantage, disadvantage. Oh, okay, so disadvantage, you do the same thing as advantage. You draw all rollers, put them to the side, but disadvantage ignores all of the initial rolling modifiers you drew, and then it applies whichever card is worse out of the 2 final cards. So yeah, that's how advantage and disadvantage works in Frosthaven, and that's how I'm going to be playing it when we go over to tabletop. That is not how it works in digital currently, but it's going to be updated. Again, this update has no time frame. So I think I got a little sidetracked in my stream of consciousness there, but the reason why I don't want to start a new game is because I would just stop playing this campaign now, and I have no idea how long it's going to take for this update to come out. There's no word on when. It's not even on the beta yet. This is coming to beta. So it is a ways off, this update. Probably around Christmas time, and honestly, by that time, I want to be on tabletop sim version of Gloomhaven. Anyway, the next change that is coming to this game is another buff for players. This is in Frosthaven 2. There will be a summon movement option added to make summons move towards the summoner if no targets are available. This is an actual Frosthaven change. If you have no enemy monsters spawned and you're doing like a rest turn, summons would fall behind. And in Frosthaven, you can have your summon focus on you and perform the move part of their turn towards the summoner. So that is a cool buff is coming to this game. I will also be using that when I'm in Tabletop Simulator. Something else to mention, this is not coming to digital, but currently enemy summoned and spawned monsters do not drop coins. The current rule in Frosthaven, and this is another buff, because people had a hard time keeping track of this, all monsters drop coins now. This is a huge buff, by the way. This is a tremendous buff. You can actively farm harder on certain scenarios that spawn dudes. But I guess it's a positive change. I will be playing with this change just because now it doesn't matter if a monster is summoned or not. You just give it a coin. I know from playing tabletop earlier that and playing with my friends in real life, it is a thing. It like slows the session down. You go, wait a minute, was that a summoned monster? Did we put a coin for that? Or do we need to take that away? So that's a Frosthaven change. That is not coming to digital though, at least not in the next patch, because it's not in these notes. Actually, that was the end of the patch notes. So summon movement, advantage, disadvantage, line of sight, and enhancement changes. That is what's coming to digital. So look forward to that, everyone who was looking forward to that. I wanted to bring this up because that was a huge thing. Now, the last couple of things that Frosthaven does, which I will incorporate, and I'll go over these again when we get to the tabletop portion, but just to mention them real quick. Pushing and pulling has been changed in Frosthaven. I actually don't like this change, and I don't know why it is this way. Personally, I like how it used to be, but I'll be playing with the new rule, as it is the new rule. Player push and pull, and note, it says player, not enemy. Player push and pull can be performed up to the indicated amount instead of the maximum distance if you do not want the maximum distance. So, a little extra flexibility for the player. I think it removes some of the forward thinking you have to incorporate. In Pull's case, yeah, even in Pull's case, push and pull, I think it removes some of the tactical decision making you had to do in planning. That's why I don't like this change, but it makes you more flexible. You know, you can just put enemies exactly where you want them now. And it's not like it's horrendous or anything. It's something I'll get used to. I'll probably appreciate having that flexibility. It does make you a little more powerful, though. A lot of these changes in Frosthaven buff the players. The next change is that any unit with jump movement, the way jump works is you ignore terrain costs on all terrain except the last one. If you ended in difficult terrain, it costed you 2 movement like normal because you're jumping into it. Now that is not the case. It only costs 1. So jump is like you have fly. I guess this is just a simplification change. This is another one that I honestly wish they didn't do. I thought it was a unique trait and weakness to jump that clearly made fly superior, and fly is very rare as well. But now jump, you can land in difficult terrain at the cost of only 1 movement instead of 2, so I guess that's cool. This is a huge change. Items looted from treasure chests can immediately be equipped and used, even if it puts you over the item slot limit. This is only for the remainder of the scenario. Afterwards, you must return to following the normal item limit rules. So that's a cool change, I suppose. If you get some cool loot from a treasure, you can immediately utilize it for the rest of the scenario. Even if your hands are completely full. You just get another axe and you're like, oh yeah, I'm quad wielding now. Okay. I'm fine with that change. I would, like, I'm not a stranger to complexity. I would even have made it if you're over the item slot limit, you can't do that, and you just put it in your bag for later. Well, whatever. It's the line of sight bit we went over. Summons, finding, summoner, focus, advantage, disadvantage. This is the biggest change of all, in my opinion, and I think in a lot of others' opinions. This next one, is the one negative Negative as in it's a debuff and it makes the game harder. Which we know how people feel about Gloomhaven's difficulty if you take a moment to browse Steam's discussion thread, and I'm sure Reddit maybe. People really think the game is hard. So, figures can now move through, but not stop on, invisible enemies, so they no longer act like obstacles. I love this change. You cannot block a door if you're invisible anymore. Enemies and your allies can just walk right through them. So that is an amazing change. I like this change a lot, and I'm looking forward to implementing it in tabletop. Now, currently in digital, this is not the case. I was really surprised with all the Frosthaven changes that are coming in the next update that this one was not mentioned to be coming. I feel like this change should be put into this game pronto. But, you know, whatever. So, the next thing, we're almost done. The next thing is another positive buff. Hexes with only coins in them, and this has screwed me over a couple times because I keep forgetting this rule. Hexes with only coins in them are now considered empty hexes. This means you can put a trap in them, you can summon on top of hexes that have gold in them. So this is a great buff. This buffs the enemy as well. Enemy summoners like cultists were also blocked by gold on the ground, so it's a buff for player and AI. And I think a positive change overall. You just gotta remember you can't summon on difficult or dangerous terrain. It's gotta be empty, but now you can summon on gold. And the last change in Frosthaven is that the solo scenarios only require you to be at level 5. There are no additional requirements. Now, currently, if you go through the Gloomhaven solo scenario book, there are some additional requirements to do some of the solo scenarios. That is not the case anymore. You simply need to have your character be level 5 at least. So that is as a change. You know, I'm indifferent to this change. It's probably more on the positive side. Anyway, thanks for coming into my TED Talk. That is all the Frosthaven changes. So I'm going to be playing with all those rules when we go to Tabletop Sim. And the main thing I wanted to discuss was the enchantment thing, because honestly that blew my mind when I read it, and I was like, oh shit, I spent so much time farming for no reason, because I had no idea that was the case in digital. Now that we're all caught up with that though, I know how to proceed. I am setting up, I'm in the process of transferring everything over to Tabletop Sim, and I'm gonna do a little setup video. You guys can watch me do it because I want to do it live, you know, do my whole setup, and everyone can police me if they're interested, make sure I get everything that I'm supposed to have. The last thing I want to mention real quick is there's a couple discussion threads that a lot of scenarios seem to be bug, and by a lot I mean a handful. It's like 6 or so. I've seen reports about some scenarios not working, not completing correctly, and they currently need to be fixed. So I mentioned this at the beginning, but if we hit a scenario and we are stuck in digital, I will end the digital portion of the playthrough and we will play Tabletop Sim moving forward. With that in mind though, let's do a scenario or two for the day. So yeah, one of the it's not a bug, but like we should not have Necromancer's Sanctum. I'm going to avoid doing this, and I'm going to avoid doing the other thing, which is like the Temple of Shrine of Strength. Yeah, because we don't have access to these normally. We shouldn't have either of those because I chose Riches as my choice. Likewise, I can't do sulfur mine. This is locked to you when you attack Jexera. Due to the party achievement system. So we're not going to do, there's no reason to really do this one anyway, other than to experience the unique boss fight within. But yeah. Right now, we're just gonna do a little side scenario. The Vibrant Grotto. Hold on, let me get my notes. I had notes about what I want to do next. My roadmap. Yeah, we want to do the grotto. So this, we can get Hale to help us locate Jexera. This is how you're supposed to unlock the Necromancer's Sanctum if you don't ask the Shrine Genius, the all-knowing Shrine Entity. Also, before we get in here, I do want to verify some things. Okay, she's close to retiring. So, like I said, I'm going to write down all of the money I've made for Cragheart. Pretty much, I have enough money to get 3 cards buffed of my choice. So, I'm going to get that stuff written down, and then I'm going to keep track of what enhancements I would have purchased for everybody else. So, I want to upgrade her pet, because we're going to be playing with both of the pets. So, I'll probably just get, plus range and plus move on this thing would be ideal. So that's 100. And then this would be 50 plus 75 for the second time you enhance it. A card's ability, it's a 75 cost, and then it's like 125 and then like 225 or something. I forget. I have to look at the book, but I'll have all those values down pat. Anyway, we need we're gonna need 150 plus 75. So, God, I'm stupid. 225, 225. 150, 75, 215, 225, 225. We need 225 gold on her. We have 95 at the moment plus saleables. So I'm just going to calculator this real fast to see where I stand. 95, 22, 10, 15, 10, 5 is another 10. Another 5, 30. We're at 192, so 225 minus 192. I just need 33 more gold on her, and then I can treat her to her cards. So we're gonna save her money up until I get that. This guy also needs to plan what he's gonna do. I still have to think about what I want to upgrade on him. There's a lot of ways building the Mind Thief. And I may have changed my initial direction to make him a Stun Thief supporter. But I'm also kind of interested in it's a card we haven't unlocked yet. That every time you attack, you gain Retaliate 2. And I'm interested in making a Retaliator Thief. But I might go Stun Thief with the Giant Rat Swarm. That's what I'm thinking. Anyway, this guy is set up. You're set up. I need to pick your cards before we go. I thought I did before. Got rid of oversized pack. Now, this dude, I need to see more of his cards, because, like I said, I've not played with this character before. We want Scroll of Recall. I think we're not doing proficiency. You would need items for that, but I don't know how I want to build this guy ultimately. You want Reforge and then Continual Supply. Seems really good. I do want that. I feel like I get rid of restock because it's a burn card, and then we have continual supply instead. Alright, so that's what we're going with for Mr. Yoshitora Tokugawa. He was so drastically different for everybody else's. That's okay. I might get into more video game character names. That's what I tend to do in my board games because, you know, it's what I love and stuff. I don't think there's any hand item that we really honestly want currently. So I'm gonna make a donation to the Temple of the Great Oak. And before we do this mission, I want to check everybody's quests. This guy needs to kill 20 different types of monsters, and we can see what we're gonna unlock. It's supposed to be random item design, but we can see it's the Scroll of Stamina. Scroll of Stamina is actually hilariously good for what he does. Because he can get it back, and the Scroll of Stamina, I think, gets your allies' cards back. So you can infinitely Scroll of Stamina an ally, which is for Donkey Donk. We need to do 4 scenarios in Gloomhaven, right? I may want to repeat the warehouse battle to get 1 point towards that. And we just need to do the Lingering Swamp. She just needs perks. Zim needs to kill bandits or cultists. There are no bandits or cultists where we're going in the Vibrant Grotto. Enoch Shaman. Forest Imps. We haven't had to deal with these yet. Cave Bear and Earth Demons are here. So we're going to get Hale to help us locate Jaxera. And their objective is to loot all 5 ornate chests with a loot action, not end of turn looting. Right, so due to the nature of this mission, we don't need to kill everybody. This is actually going to be really prudent of Shroudy. He has his loot action. Shroudy is going to probably go crazy. Especially since I can swap him. I may want to be able to command the bear to loot, just in case. Have a second looter as well. The only thing is moving. Do I have a top bear move card? I do. Spirit swap. I would be weakening my overall power for this. What about... He has a loot card, right? Don't really want Ride to Win. You got a loot card, dude? Oversized pack, loot 2. Okay, well, he's really good to bring on this mission then. I'm gonna make sure we bring that. What do we sack? I think it will be more melee focused. I'm gonna sack the Crippling Bow. Even though it has a bottom shoot action, we're gonna take the oversized pack. So between him and Shroudy, we should be able to do this mission no problem. Also, just to check again, if I go to options, difficulty, I'm gonna leave it on brutal. I was just wondering if it changed. It does not seem to change though.
You gingerly step into the entryway of the Crooked Bone, careful to avoid the broken glass, nails, and other treacherous things. You glance around the room and see nothing but the usual detritus. Before you can call out to Hale, though, an explosion from an upper room violently shakes the entire building.
Thanks for listening to me ramble, by the way. What did we just did 50 minutes about of me discussing like bullshit.
Damn it all to the abyss! Hale's disembodied voice yells out. I set up my work in the most out-of-the-way, uninviting, decrepit little hovel, and grand idiots still manage to stumble in and disrupt my research. The translucent woman suddenly appears before you. You do know that your mere presence in this building changes the flow of the ether, causing unanticipated currents that produce catastrophic consequences, right? I mean, how could you not know that?
Don't know that.
Hale closes her eyes and begins to take deep breaths, fading a little out of view with each exhale. Yes, I did agree to help you. I had hoped the memory was a nightmare of some kind, but it wasn't, so that can't be helped now. The least you can do in return, however, is to warn me before you cross the threshold.
I think we upset Hale.
She gives you an icy stare. So, what do you want anyway? Let's make this quick. You explain to her the situation with Jexera and the need to locate where she is hiding. Ah, a simple scrying matter. Well, then we're in luck, Hale begins. Or rather, I'm in luck. The main component I would need for such a task is Byteroot, and I ran out of it just last week. I was going to gather more, but now I can just send you out to get it instead. Everyone wins. Except those infernal forest imps who terrorize my usual gathering spot. I hope quite a few of them will end up dead. A small map drops in your hand, and with a wave of Hale's arms, a sudden, powerful force pushes you out of the door. Remember, ring the bell when you come back, and wait 47 seconds before entering the door.
Awfully specific amount of time. An encounter. I've been jotting these down too, which I don't know what numbers they are. I have to do that when I get in tabletop. I've been writing down the 2 results and the one I picked, so we're gonna have all the events up to date when I go to tabletop. Anyway, the route to your destination is less direct than you had hoped, and you end up taking a shortcut through a small forest that you happen upon a family of deer. They're still ways off in the distance and haven't noticed you. You approach cautiously. You can shoot at one of the deer or just watch the deer for a little bit. We're going to watch them. I've done this event numerous times with my friends. You do not want to shoot at deer because they're currently being hunted. Enjoying watching the animals graze when an arrow flies out and hits the larger of the deer in its center chest. It bolts away, but doesn't make it very far before collapsing. Then you see a large Enox emerge from the brush and turn towards you. I thought you were going to do something stupid there for a second. Thanks for not scaring away my quarry. Allow me to share some of the spoils with you. Let me get a free blessing on everybody. I think this is a repeating vote event, so never shoot the deer and get a free blessing. If you do shoot the deer, you get shot by the guy's arrow, and I think you take damage.
You're able to follow the map to a network of small caves just north of the Dagger Forest. The place is teeming with life. Lush, massive plants, as well as a number of hostile animals and imps. You prepare for their attack.
Alright, what we have here, we're trying to win, right? Have 5 or more total cards in your hand, discard at the end of the scenario. Loot 5 or more gold piles during the scenario. I'm going to be looting, so we'll try Hoarder. Use no items during the scenario, that's impossible. Kill 5 or more monsters during the scenario. Like, I don't know how this checks the Cloak of Pockets, but the Cloak of Pockets is being utilized immediately upon me entering. So, we'll go saddest. Here's matters. Kill a monster during the scenario by causing at least 4 more points of damage to it than necessary. That's so hard to do in insane mode. Protector. Allow none of your allies to become exhausted. I'm gonna try that. Kill 1 or more elites. Cause a trap to be sprung or disarmed on your turn. Or in the turn of one of your summons during the scenario. I'm gonna do a hunter. And I forgot to put in Dark Frenzy in the last scenario that we did. So, Dark Frenzy, we get move 3, attack 3, range 3, which is what we want. And we create ice. Plus, it could be a very powerful top action if you set it up. That's very, very late game addition. I might ditch the wretched creature. For this scenario, we want to be as mobile as possible. And I might want my feedback loop. I am going to drop Wretched for feedback loop, so we have a jump card and a slow turn card. And we also want... I think Frigid Apparition I would not make use of currently. So we're going to go Dark Frenzy there. Anybody else? Oh yes, we have Punch Through now. I think we're good to go. This scenario I think is not normally too tough. Normally, we'll see. Maybe I'm misremembering. Forest Imp Elites. These things innately apply curse to you, which is probably the most annoying thing that they do. We are also using a not fully equipped squad, so I'm gonna have to prep accordingly. Is one of the ornate chests we need to loot in this room with a loot action. And see how I want to start it with this man here. Could set up continual supply right off the bat and go crazy hard on my extra summons like the skeletons, and that's how we're gonna deal with this first room. Now, I don't think I'm gonna instant kill one of these bears. It might be a good idea too, but kind of want this move 5 card. We're gonna need it to get around. We want to get through this room first. I am going to do a slow... We're going to just set up the mind's weakness. We're going to hit something. Get ready to do damage. We're going to set up aid from the ether because it does more damage, and do... I'll just throw Engulfed in Flames out. Bear is going to be summoned in the front and taking some hits on the Beast Tyrant's turn. Range 4. I might want to disarm the Elite Bear. Or I could muddle and immobilize all the enemies within range 2. Ooh. I could immobilize all the bears on the first turn. As for this push move, there's this hazardous terrain here, but there's nothing fantastic to utilize outside of the hazardous terrain. So we're just... I think I'm gonna muddle or immobilize them. And then I can get ready to punch through the berries on the following turn, maybe. So we'll do those two. Defensive play. I'm going to... Don't I have a piercing move? I do not. Let's set up the continual supply, I think. As good as getting 2 of my burn cards back is, we hopefully won't worry about that too much. We won't be super OP until I get the major stamina potion. Once I get the major stamina potion, then we'll be pretty strong. I'm gonna reposition to get like near the bears, I think. Or I can come over here and I can loot later. We can loot later. We want to clear out this room at least. And then I'm gonna rush the rest of the rooms. I think that's how we handle this situation. 13s! Alright, shield 5, heal 1. Imps are doing their kind of annoying but kind of good move because they don't attack. I wasn't going to use my boots, but I'm going to use my boots. Shield 5. That's a lot of shield. I wish I had that much shield. Alright, get some chip on the elite. Some chip. Good chip. This is a push 2 on one adjacent enemy. Unfortunately, I have to, Oh wait, I should do this first. So that they're immobilized on their next turn. Maybe start the round. I'm gonna pick all the same stuff. I want to yell and then walk away. Always yell first. Okay. I don't remember what he was doing. We're gonna set up continual supply. And we were going to move forward with the cleaving. I was going to Disorienting War and Forceful Swipe. We were going to do Aid from the Ether, Slow, and Engulfed in Flames. We were going to do the Slow. We're going to get some damage in. You were here. You're here, you're here, you're here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's perfect. And you were here. Okay. This time we do this correctly. I may as well mobilize the imps as well. Cursed imps doing imp things. Okay, we're gonna... Since I'm gonna end up being adjacent to them on the next turn, I want to see, it's either I go slow. I really want this guy to hit this, but What I'm gonna do is go here and push this guy into the dangerous train. Get some chip damage on him. Oh. Because it doesn't make it any further away from me. Alright, we'll just send him that way. That's no big deal. I'm gonna summon Skelebones. Worst case scenario. I guess best case scenario, he's gonna take a hit for us. Now, I believe until he dies, this doesn't flip. Or it does flip over, but you can't get it back. I'm gonna restart the round. Actually, I've always wanted to test this. I think you can't get it right now. Is this an open spot? Okay, it doesn't work. I'm gonna restart the round. That's what I thought. Until the thing is utilized. Or dead. You can't get that back. I want to make sure that is the case. As a personal test. Alright, we'll do this one more time. I needed to know for the power of science. And since the push doesn't really work the way I want it, I'm also going to probably intentionally go slow next turn so the bears don't hit me. And I'll just move somewhere else. This and this and this and this. Okay, for real this time. Promises. Deja vu, yes? Ooga. Okay. I'm gonna still do this. I'm gonna put the bear over. I'm gonna put him over here so that this guy can come up here. Use our crutch. So I'll be able to get this stuff back. Poison and stun him. Gotta go hard in these first rooms. Bellweaver. Mystic ally here. Actually, unfortunately, I might have wanted my guy down one, so when the bear moved, I could put the ally here. I'm not in range. I keep thinking this is range 4 when it's not, but that's okay. Shall also summon the Skelly Boy. Did I pick the wrong card? Hold up. I want a continual supply. God damn it, I don't feel like resetting again. You want to just now refresh one spent or consumed one hand item or two. Okay, you know what? This works. This works fine. This works fine. This is repeating, so this is a good skill as well. Give me my axe back. Oh, battle axe is so good. That was not what I wanted to do. So for this turn, I'll shield, affect all allies, and maybe I don't want to, like, continual supply. I probably don't want to actually set this up. I might keep it. So if we're gonna shield while here. I don't know what else I want to do. Probably this, just to do some chip damage or something. That's fine. I'm gonna do a changed approach. Mind Thief. We really want to nail the bear. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna do probably. Is it an attack action? Melee attack action. Attack action is not single attack. But I don't know if it works for both of these hits. Like, if I could Corrupting Embrace both of these guys, that would be the best. We'll test it. It probably only works for the first one, in which case I get poisoned on the other bear. I am going to summon the Burning Avatar. I will go slow so that my pets can maybe get in and get some damage, and then I'm going to... I don't have range 4 in anything, so probably just utilize Worked Beam, and then what am I doing, right? A bear's gonna come up. Closest thing is this. Right, I probably won't need my axe then. Maybe. Let's see. Let's just do the classic strengthen and bottom action. Add +1 attack. I want to keep punch through because we've got some fairies to kill. So I'm gonna strengthen, set up for the fairies. We'll do disappearing in that. This way I'm taking most of the damage. Fuck. That's awful. Damn bears. Alright, what are our imp friends doing? Attack 3, doing a basic attack. Curses due to level. Innate cursing action. I'm doing this for science mostly. It is for both. No, it's not for both. Okay, I didn't think it was for both. That is unfortunate that it's not the entire card. It's very good that he's dead. Alright, Quartermaster. I don't know if I necessarily need to do the shielding now. In fact, I think I'd rather take the hit from the fairies and just put myself in range of the getting hit. We'll take the damage, because I can always get my potion back in finale. My bear's gonna kill this. Poor skeleton. Heal 1, affect all allies. I may as well. Oh, I either do that or I do this. I see. I can't tell. I'd rather the bear kill. And then I can move up, I guess. Get in a better position. 2 down, not too bad. We're gonna come up to here. And we should be good to go. Oh yeah, they were muddled too. I don't care about him getting cursed though. That's the main thing. Alright, burn an avatar. And then I can't reach. Alright. I could do sharpening kit. Buff the attack at everybody, so we want to go first, ideally. And then I don't know. I need top action, right? I'm looking for top action. We'll just do hasten step. Get some smacking action in here. So we're at 23. I guess I'll do punch through in case I need to move the bear based on the imps. We'll do the bear movement. We do have ice, so it's a good turn for me to cold fire. 23, 27 is my slowest card. I'm using the ice for cold fire. I won't gain the buff from the sky, but I think I want to stun the cave bear. And if I'm doing that, I can just scurry. I want to get... I'll just scurry and hit one of the imps. Okay. He's actually going at a reasonable speed. Let's see how much damage we do here. Yeah, so see how that applied to the second card I drew? We would have drawn another card in the new rules, and then it would have applied to the better card. But if the next card was a rolling modifier, we would have ignored the rolling modifier. But it probably would have gotten better than 0, right? Probably. Alright, Quartermaster. So, +1 attack to all my attacks this round. I'm gonna hit the bear, because I think I do more damage to it. Damn. Skip the reprint and hit the bear again. Oh, I can refresh my item, but I haven't used... You can choose this too? Whoa, wait a minute. Refresh item cards works on... I was just thinking it's consumable. It's any item? Damn, Quartermaster is sick. I've never played it before, but his potential's insane. Okay, yeah, it's a good thing I told the bear to move. Now, what are they doing? Target 2, poison curse. That's annoying. Huh. Didn't crit me. Were they muddled? Why did it draw 2? I don't see the muddle icon. I know I muddled them on the previous turn. Why are they drawing 2 and they're picking the worst? Ooh, that ×2 is sexy. I'm glad the bear got it instead. Alright, he's hoping we get a +1. A -2? Are you for real? Skeleton, you're supposed to burn those bad cards. What is this? I'm gonna move all the way around over here. With my bear. What? Wait. Wait. I blocked my other skeleton. Funnily enough. How did I do 5 damage to that? Mystic ally moved. Applies plus... Oh, sharpening kit. I forgot about sharpening kit. Thank you. Okay. Attack 2, so that's 3. Drew +1 modifier, so that's 4. Dealt 5 damage. 2 +1 +1 equals 5. Was the cave bear poisoned? I don't see a poison modifier. I didn't poison that one. No, how did I do 5? Sharpening kit, 3, 4. You deal 4 damage. Two +1 equals 5. Game cheats, man. This game's math is worse than my math. I swear there's funny business going on. Am I missing some other modifier? Surely not. Surely not. I wish summons could have their attacks upgraded with create elements, because infusing an element on a summon, since they count as a turn before you, is such a huge deal. You guys have no idea. Like, the fact that this thing creates fire for me to buff cold fire before we take our turn is game changing. I'm gonna hit this one because we won't kill it, so the stun will take effect. Never mind, I killed it. The stun will not take effect. Get some gold. Alright, let's I'm gonna probably want to heal myself with this, refresh my consumed item because I can, and then I'll move towards... Yeah, we'll just do those two. I'm just gonna heal. Bear can go fast and act and attack. And then I'm going to... I may want to activate Concentrated Rage for this game, so I'm going to activate that. We're going to do these two. I'll probably end up killing that with my pets. We have cards to burn, but I am very low HP. I was going to have him come and loot this, but I think I'm going to loot it now. Because I want to take a rest to set up for the following turns. So I'm gonna loot the chest, and then I want to heal before we go running like crazy. Nice blessing. I'm gonna get the poison off my guy. Okay, going to set this up. And with an attack. Quartermaster, we're gonna waste our potion. Hooah. Get our potion back. Use it again. And I'm gonna have everyone go left and around for this scenario, I think. Okay, so I'm a long rest. I feel like we shouldn't long rest. I should make max use of my turns. We have a lot of low turn characters in our party currently. That's something to be aware of. Alright, let me think. I don't remember how this map goes. And there's a chest in here, there's a chest in here. I've played this one before. I think there's a chest here and a chest here. Two imps and an earth demon. Hazardous terrain. Strength and muddle. Heal 3 spells. Not doing anything this turn. And because he gets strengthened first, he's gonna lose the strengthened benefits. That's probably the best order of cards that could have possibly happened. I think I want my Mind Thief to get this room open now. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4. And I could do 5, 6. Turn invisible if I have to. There's the Enoch Shaman. Make 3 attack 4, and then they're all gonna strengthen and muddle. Lots of imps in this mission. No chest in this room. Did I take this attack and save my invisibility? I won't long rest if I take this attack. I think I long rest. So that these get out of the room. These are normal forest imps, they're not elite. And that will never happen in Frosthaven. In fact, Frosthaven buffed strengthened so much, or advantage so much with that rule. It's a great way to get curses out of your deck. This thing should be dead. I'm gonna go Ghost. Going Ghost. Okay. Their turn. We have to watch this animation play for all the imps. And the good thing, the reason why I was opening doors, a lot of the imps are not going to spawn. So it's kind of good I didn't kill that. There's only, I think, 6 imps. I forget if there is 6 or an 8. 6, 8, or 10, or whatever it is, but I think there's 6, so that means they will not be spawning. What cards did I pick? Bear moves 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He still can't hit anything, but he gets into the front line, so let's utilize this. Damn skeleton. Silly skeleton. I could heal the skeleton if I wanted. Borrowed essence in the next round, mayhaps, perhaps. Random ass Enoch Shaman hanging out with a bunch of imps. Like, wouldn't they be attacking this guy too? He's an Enoch. He's no friend of the imps. Just saying. I will be burning. Probably not my fast card. Definitely not that. Definitely not Reforge. I didn't use Reforge on the previous turn to get basically a free turn. The top action is so nice. The bottom action though. The bottom action though. I'm a ditch cleaving axe. Boosh. Alright. We're gonna lose... probably Forked Beam for this scenario. Okay. How do we proceed? So, we have the one chest. There's another one here. We can get a quartermaster later. We definitely want the shaman to die. We're long resting. That was the whole point of turning invisible now. There's a lot of imp. There's a lot of imp. There's a lot of imp and a lot of demon. Long resting could be a mistake here. For the bear. I feel like the bear and the quartermaster should go in, so I'm actually gonna short rest. I need that card, so we're gonna redraw. Unfortunately, I lost punch through. Always punished when you short rest. We want to swap positions card so the Mind Thief can nail some treasure chests later. We're gonna walk in, we're gonna hit, probably the imp goes faster than the other guy, but we can attack twice. You know what? He'll avoid hazardous terrain, so he might go after the demon. If we go after the demon, then I want to probably double attack it just to get damage in. Want the bear to move first, if possible. Is there ice? There's no ice. I would set up a, Why don't we... I'm thinking I want to go fast and just walk in there and hit something like Muddle the demon, honestly. Well, if I go in, 2, 3, 4, I might stand here so I'm tanking all the damage from the imps over here. Is that... am I okay with that? You know what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could move 5 and stand in the doorway and start attacking this thing. The shaman needs to go. It's probably better if I do the piercing attack on both of these ladies, so I actually might want to hasten step and impaling spear. Just because it's a move 5. I don't do a lot of damage, but we can hit them both. Or some chip. I don't know if that's a really good idea though. We'll do that. We need to get in here. So I don't have ice. I would stun these 3 easy if I had ice. But if I go first, this was summon second. This will move here, attack him. Potential to create ice, right? We have both of our ice things in there. We have a full deck of refreshed cards. Skelly would go in. He's only moved 2, so he's actually not gonna go anywhere. And this thing is a move 3. So I'd rather go after the bear. Which means I have to go at 44. I'll do Frozen Night for the movement and Cold Fire for the potential. Imps aren't the fastest things. 43. Unfortunately, they're faster than me. Weak attack, targeting 2, curse times 2. I'm surprised it only does 1 damage, honestly, with what level they are. Maybe 3 heal 3 on the Enoch Shaman. That's probably the best thing he could have done. And pushing attack from Mr. Earth Demon. We don't want to forego either of these, so let's skip the ability. If I can draw the damn wound card in one of these attacks, that'd be great. Rather dig the Gloomhaven soundtrack. It would be nice if there were a couple extra songs added down the road. 2, 4, 5, 6. I don't need to use it on this turn. Thinking. I think I'm fine. Shaman's gonna spruce up that guy. Oh, he is standing in my way. I thought they only... Oh yeah, they move until they get adjacent. That's weird that he came here instead of standing here though, because he didn't decrease his distance to his target. Well, I mean, I wanted to hit this guy, so I think we're gonna attack twice. I'm gonna stand on this hazardous terrain, I think. I take 3 for it, but what are they all doing? Move 4, attack 1? That's a lot of attacks on me. A lot of attacks on me. You know what? I'm gonna hit the Earth Demon. We'll try and kill the Earth Demon. Yeah, I'm doing it. Doing it. Doing it live. We're doing it live. I don't have my potion. Alright, 5 damage. Not too bad. Here goes the imps. A lot of curses that are getting spread. They seem to be taking a while to land their attacks. Excuse you. Just they're strengthened. He's got all the curse cards in his deck, which is totally fine by me. It's a really good thing this attack is so low power. Hey, I have a curse. No ice made, unfortunately. I think I want to stun him next turn for safety by going fast, so I'm going to create ice now. And then we're going to, I might stun some other stuff. In fact, now's a pretty good time to just do this and take out these three. So maybe making the ice was a mistake. I drew the stun card. I think. So do I want Cold Fire back? Yeah, let's get Cold Fire back. Didn't kill the Earth Demon, unfortunately. Wait, any multi-target? Oh, all adjacent enemies. Alright, let's burn Iron Bulwark. We're gonna do some healing, some tanking and healing and tanking and healing and tanking and healing. Okay. As for me, we need to move. Actually, I might be able to poison 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5, 6. Yeah, I might be able to poison all 4 of these things and then do some damage here instead of abandoning the squad. Maybe I don't want feedback. I think Fearsome Blade. Let me get rid of Fearsome Blade first. Okay, so I need my potion back. We want to heal, and then we want to get basically want a really slow turn doing those 2 things. We're gonna go really fast. I can heal him since I'm adjacent. Our pets can all do their thing. Probably kill this demon and maybe severely hurt this guy. And then I may as well Cold Fire and stun something, which might be the shaman. I can poison all these. I think that's a good idea. So I was gonna rush to get all the treasure chests, but I don't actually need to do that. So we're going to quickly... I don't know what kind of attack I want to do. I could do Dark Frenzy. I'm going to be spending the ice. But we could make the ice again. I'm just going to do a basic attack with Perverse Edge, I think. No, I'll do Dark Frenzy. That's what it's there for. We will do Dark Frenzy. Corrupting. And as for Mr. Bear, if he kills this with an auto, if the other person's pets don't kill it, yeah, I'm gonna want to move him and just hit the shaman. I can't move, Alright, keep that in mind. We cannot move. I think a Disorienting War would be fine, and then a, maybe some healing. Shaman's going fast and disarming. I hate that attack. It's so annoying to deal with. He's going to go slightly slower than me, though. What are the imps doing? Ooh. Okay. Okay, before I play out this turn, I'll be back, guys. I'm gonna take a bathroom break. That shouldn't be too long. I'll put on the break screen, though. And then we'll resume. Feel free to jump ahead, as always, if you're watching this later. Okay, I'm back. That didn't take long, right? Feeling refreshed. Now. Oh, yeah. What is happening here? What are we doing with the imps? Basic move, basic attack. Excuse me. The imp should target my mind thief, so that my other guy has some respite. Since the bear can't move, bear can finish off the earth demon, hopefully. Definitely, absolutely hit this guy. Even if we're disadvantaged. Just for the stun. And heal the poor guy who he wants to be a tank, and he probably, well, I already have plans for this guy based on what I've seen. He's gonna be a most excellent addition to one of the funny parties I want to make. All in due time, though. I won't get any of my stuff back yet. Alright, Mind Thief, we're going to jump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come back in here. Poison all them imps, and then I'm gonna smack this one over here for no particular reason. Thank goodness we didn't roll into a curse. Alright, bear. I won't do either of those things. No reason to. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Alright, we're gonna do some Disorienting War top action. I'm gonna mobilize this guy. And I'll do some redistributioning here. So this list of summons. Take my HP, obviously. I'm not in danger. Take the burning avatars as well. And then I'm gonna balance the skeletons out. On the off chance that they only suffer 1 damage from the imps, I think this will be better. And Mystic Ally can keep its HP. I'm gonna heal 5. And it'll do it. First imps seem to take a while calculating. I saw on the discussion thread somebody pointed out the longevity of spitting drakes, and I assume it's a thing to do with the flying trait. So they're hoping that in the future patch they do make the thinking faster, and I think this is clearly a problem with the flying trait. Because these guys are taking a really long time to think too. I might lose a card here. Ah. Excellent. I don't know if they put any curses in my deck. It's hard to tell. Because I think this guy... How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 curses. Oh no. I think I'll get that scroll of recall back along with hasten step. Man, could you imagine if I had my damn major stamina and minor stamina versions? Man, yeah, the way stamina potion used to be, giving you 3 cards back, or 2 and 3 instead of 1 and 2. The glory days of the quartermaster might be gone, but we'll figure something out to abuse this character. Certainly, we will figure something out. I want to keep the curses in my deck, so what we're gonna do is just loot 2. I'm gonna get all this gold. I don't even have to move, since I don't have to move. And I don't need those cards back. I guess I will move, and we'll get into the next room. This, my bear can walk around, is gonna smack him, so we'll just go fast, and then I'm gonna command the... Well, he's gonna hit the fairy first. It's closer. So I'll probably command the bear to move, and then try and kill the shaman. My guy, since we're now being a team player here, I kinda wish I was next to one of the enemies. I think what I'll do is into the night and scurry, and we can open the next door, and I can leave these for, because we have her pets and her action as well. So we're gonna open the next door, see what's going on in there. I'm gonna do this. Okay, they're only strengthening and muddling regardless. Unfortunate this guy went first. So we're gonna scurry into here. And it says 3 bears. They're merely attacking, which is totally fine. Too bad I can't get next to them. I'm gonna go invisible anyway and take a slow turn next turn. I can actually leave this for him to slow roll up there. We can head into the final rooms next, so I will not get that card back. I do need to heal, so I might want to consider using Brain Leech. Skip the ability. That's amazing. Blessing paying off. Blessing paying off so hard there. Let's go after the shaman. I could go after another imp since I'm so strong, but we want the shaman. This class still humors me because I am all the way back here. When you do bear focus, it's really just playing the bear, but I love it. I kind of wish he could, so there's a fan class. I look at some of the fan creations sometimes. I wish he could ride the bear. Like, you could spend a card to mount it. But it wouldn't be good if it was one of those permanent cards, so it's like permanently in effect you would lose your hand size. There's an interesting fan class where it's like a huntress and her panther or something, and she can ride her mount with a continuous card, and it changes how the actions of the cards work. Nice, nice. Alright, I'm gonna... I guess just go... If I go here, she doesn't get the axe, so if I go here, I can tank the hit. It's coming up, and I'll hit the healthy one. For some deeps. Get them deeps and... For the master with loot 2-ing. Oversized pack coming in handy. And then I'm gonna move in and we'll get next to them, and I can actually tank, I guess. And put the curses in my deck. 1 second. Okay, what should we do? Should I just stand here and heal? Sharpening kit. Yeah, I feel like I should just heal. And, no, I should scroll a recall. So I can increase attack and scroll a recall. Probably doesn't really help much. We'll do these two. We'll long rest. It's fine. That's for me. We want to go slow. And, prepare to... These are all normal. It might be a good idea for me to just kill one of these bears at this point, and then maybe stick with the squad. The squad is not even far behind. And I'll head maybe I'll get next to them and I can do like a brain leech or a stun on one and attack on another. Yeah. This potion was really good buy. I've probably healed 20 HP with this thing already. Bear. He's fine. Skip. Good damn. Was I muddled from the imps thing from the previous turn? I don't know why I drew 2 cards. I must have been muddled from their strength. I know they strengthened the muddle, but I thought it was out of range and I can't look at their old card. Anyway. I actually happen to have a command move card down here. This is very handy. Get one more attack off. Woo. Confirm targets. I'm blocking the doorway and there's nothing you can do. Should I save the cranium overload? I may want to save the cranium overload. Nah, I need healing. We're gonna regroup with the squad, like I said. Change of plans overall. I'll hit the one here. Most unfortunate, but null. It's always the null and not the crit. Okay. What are my cards? Perverse and Brain Leech, right? Alright, I'm gonna take a risk here. We're gonna stand next to one. If they do the retaliate card, that's great. That's fine. If they do the standstill and attack action, which they have, I can stun the one next to me. Or if they don't do that, though, do I really want to double attack the guy? I'd probably want to stun one. I don't want to tank a hit. Maybe I should just open this door now. I killed the dude. Only I knew what was in this one room. Tell you what, I will take a chance here. I'm gonna stand here. I can probably stun one if they're standing still and just hit the one. Alternatively, if they are attacking, I can probably move out of range of them attacking. So we'll stand here. Damn traffic jam. Summon traffic jam. We have a summons traffic jam to report. Ditch the engulfed in flames. I can still benefit from a frozen night in the next room. Round 10. I shall take a long rest. We shall take a long rest. We shall do a slow turn in case the bears get closer. May as well cold fire. Then I'll go fast. I only have a move 2, so honestly I'm probably taking a hit from a guy. I didn't think this through all the way. Good, just standing in place and attacking, never punished. I'm not gonna burn Brain Leech, so we'll stun one just to chip damage it. Create some ice, which means I can probably stun the other one. I'll whiff this attack, I don't want to use it right now. Bum 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 bum. Ooh, the wound. That's some good stuff right there. There goes the Beast Tyrant. It's Beast. Okay, I'm going to sacrifice the healing. So the double attack for the bear. And we're going to get rid of... I pretty much just want to loot and move. So I kind of want the move 4 card. I think Sharpening Kit's going to go now. This way I can still help out my allies with some useful things. Round 11. So far this is going very well. Give me a second to get through this stuff. Okay, we're in a long rest. I should be fine. We're gonna go fast just so we can act fast and probably just hit this guy. I'm gonna get in front of the Mine Thief and tank if I need to. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. He can reach this bear. So I think we do the classic. I can't double hit now. And there's nothing to push this guy into. Which means we'll just do Energizing Strike, and then I'll take this moment to, I want the bear movements for later. I think Borrowed Essence we use is just I'm gonna grab some gold back here. This guy, we want Hasten Step so I can move. I guess my Mine Thief can loot this chest, so I'm gonna head towards the next door. And I need my item back, so we may as well just do the Scroll of Recall. The most insane scroll. I don't need to go faster than the bears, or slower. Really? No, motherfucker, why are you always on the top of the fucking deck? I'm gonna be disadvantaged if I hit this bear, so I'm gonna hit the one that's stunned, and we're gonna stand. I want the gold. It's fine. We can give the gold to him. He needs it too anyway. I'm gonna stand here to take the hit. I'm gonna hit this guy so I'm not disadvantaged. La 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 la. It's funny, I never noticed that this changes to the one you used. Seems like an unnecessary detail. Wah, wah, wah. Go, Quartermaster. Go, Valrathman. Okay, skip ability. Oh, snow modifiers, man, they're the worst. Unnecessary evil, but how do you always draw them before the crit card? Why are they always above the crit card? 50-50. Actually, you know, there's extra stuff in the deck. It's still 50-50. I haven't drawn any of my no, I drew one blessing. We had 3, right? Still, I haven't gotten my other blessings yet. Now would be a great time to Nah, it's just a +0. Okay, game. I see how it be. See how it be. We have 3 gold piles here. Don't mind if I do. Yeah. Probably keep that. I think I'm gonna ditch Perverse Edge just because the stun is. I want everything else. Okay, so I am solo YOLO opening this door. Yeah, I'm gonna open this door first. And probably we're gonna back away afterwards, but just in case that I do not, I'm gonna choose this. I don't know where the chest is. I think it's in the back. That would be the obvious spot, but maybe I can loot it right away. We're going to encourage the bear to I can't attack twice, so I might as well attack them both. I think I'm doing this and this, and I'm gonna move the bear into the middle. We long rest. And then we need to loot this chest. So I will do... I'll do Dark Frenzy into the night. This way I can attack 1 assist. I'll be taking a hit. I want the bear in the middle. We should go slow. Maybe I don't help with this fight here. We just, yeah, I'm just gonna feed back and loot now. We can help clean up on the next turn if need be. She can take another hit. The bear's gonna take the hit. Thank God we're strengthened. Where's the crit? Alright, we gonna move. We're gonna go here. Skip movement. Skip the ability. Then we're gonna attack. Masterful plan. Ideally, I kill the one so it doesn't hit me. Oh, face palm. What the actual fuck? Okay, I'm gonna get back, Unstoppable Beast. Oh yeah, the problem with Energizing Strike is the Strengthen doesn't work for the next round's command actions, because his turn ends when he activates. Energizing Strike's actually kind of a not great card. It's a technical difficulty as summons. I really wish that was changed. But what can you do? Summons are kind of a joke in some ways. Ah, yes. The Earth Demons. Okay, so that's the 4th chest. 3rd, 4th, and the 5th is down here. We don't want to be near these bullies. I will probably send the Mind Thief over to grab that quickly, and then I can do a swap command. I may want a short rest run in here and get the chest that's in here. I think odds are good that they don't all come up to me. Turn after turn. The elite will definitely be able to punch me. So I'm actually gonna go in here and chill. Shouldn't be getting hit by that second bear, man. Fucking null modifiers. Walkie, 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 walkie. Alright, we're gonna... yeah, because he didn't die, actually... I have to stand on it. I can leave it. I thought I couldn't leave for a second. I was like, that's a problem. Yeah, the crit card. Yeah, finally. I'm gonna probably cold fire fast, so we will ditch Frozen Knight. Let me just make sure. We have 3 cards, so we are good to go. I will do a probably command move 5. I'll go fast as well. I can swap now. You know what? Now's a good time to swap. So we're gonna swap the Mind Thief with one of these dudes. And if I'm doing that, then the Mind Thief really wants to use jump card. We're swapping at 14, so we need to go after 14. I don't have my loot card yet, so I'm gonna use Scurry as a basic attack and just speed. I'll use Brain Leech. I really want to use Dark Frenzy for damage onto this guy. I can make myself go faster with boots. Alright, we'll do that. We're gonna Dark Frenzy. And we're gonna get some discarded cards back for an extra turn. Cave Bears are shielding. Cave Bears are shielding and retaliating. Little bears doing bear things. Ooh. How many actions are you guys doing? They healing, right? So plus the attack might be good. Which one of you's first? Three and right. It's so hard to see. The left one. Plus 3 attack would guarantee I kill him, but I might kill him anyway. So even if I get hit with the retaliate, that's fine. I'm not gonna skip the ability. Okay. Our life for ire. Go Skelly boy. If only the fucking crit was for the other one. We finally drew the crit though. The one blessing has been drawn. Oh, -2! Poor bear, he's got 1 HP. Why does the camera have to go? Please do fix that. The camera should not jump back. I don't need to see the mastermind who's somehow psychically attuned to the layout of the dungeon because he can't see. I love this card. But yeah, the camera does not need to go back to our guy here. That is a little bit ridiculous. My bear is gonna die to the earth demon. Walla walla, walla walla, walla walla, dun 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 dun. What are you doing? Just an attack 6 immobilize. You know, nothing big. I'm gonna have to lose a card. Unless they draw that one curse that I'd put in the deck or I stun it. Neither of those things occurred. My skeleton is dead now, right? Since I'm at 7, if I summon a skeleton, would it hit my skeleton or would it hit the bear? My skeleton is not dead. Well, in that case, I'm just gonna get the minor stamina back. And their turn. Alright, we get a nice big attack on this guy with poison. Then I'm gonna be chilling and then long resting probably, so we can use the boots to, what's it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't quite do that. I could. There's just no reason to. I can't get the elite. I just want to come over here and stand on this treasure chest and chill. And their turn. I'm about to get pounced. Kinda glad he nulled that, but I wish that was on the bear instead. Ow. Alright, we don't need this anymore. We can't move next turn. I was going to go in. Oh no, I went last. I will be able to move. Yeah, we want to go in and loot. Finish the scenario. I may as well poke this guy. Didn't even draw a curse. Oh yes. Alright, so we do those. I guess I may as well short rest. There's no reason not to. That's fine. We're gonna loot and jump over this stuff again. This scenario should end. I can long rest. We can short rest. Can burn that. Do energizing and borrowed essence. And they're healing, so easy turn. Hey, the chest is right there. There's nothing else to loot, right? I may as well be over here. And that should end the scenario after this turn is done. Just a couple more imps to stare at. No, modifier! Again! Why must it be this way? I'm just doing this to get XP. Because a curse. I had a curse? I had two, apparently. Ooh, no, don't do that. Scenario's over. I'm gonna get some gold. And, we end our turn. Imps are gonna calculate how to reach the quartermaster that's right in front of their face. LOL. Nice null. Go on, give me your curses. See, it's cool to have something like the quartermaster. If you have a true support character, this is something people don't talk about, right? If you're playing a tinkerer or a quartermaster and you're dealing with an enemies that curse, you want to set them up so they get hit by those curses and hold the curses because they're never attacking. Like, your tinkerer is going to be healing unless you're like a summoner or offensive tinkerer. But whoever your support is, you want them to get cursed. It's another thing to consider. Now, of course, you need to be able to tank all the damage, and imps are weak, but other things that curse you might not be so weak, like living spirits. They're pretty needy in the offensive department. Go Mystic Ally. I can't wait to upgrade your range, but we'll never experience it in the digital version of the game. But in the board game, if I play you every once in a while, we will.
You pull up the last bush and hack away at its root. The grotto is still alive with many hostile creatures, but with your packs now full of bite root, you make a quick retreat, eventually finding your way to the stone road and back to Gloomhaven and the Crooked Bone.
Nice. Damn, we did all of these? I wasn't even paying attention to my perks. That was a clean introductory scenario for Mr. Quartermaster.
You ring the bell and wait a good minute before entering the slanted doorway. There's no sign of Hale, so you call out and wait for her. It takes much longer than you'd like.
We really don't like putting up with Hale and her bullshit.
When she finally does appear on the other side of the ruined bar counter, she seems genuinely surprised to see you. Oh, is that bite root you have there? Huh, imagine that. I was just thinking about going to get some, seeing as I just ran out last week.
Very concerning.
You stare at one another in confusion. Oh, I sent you to get that, didn't I? Hale scratches her head. Right, scrying. I remember now. Hand over the root. You give her the packs full of bite root. What were the details again? Jexera. Valrath woman, yay high. Merchant dabbling in necromancy. Wears a red cape and lots of gold jewelry. Shouldn't be too hard. Hale disappears with the root, and you begin to hear a faint banging coming from the floor above you. Eventually, Hale appears before you holding a parchment covered in a thick, gooey bite root paste. There you go. Just follow that, and you should find your way to where she's hiding. You hesitantly take the map. I could have cleaned off the paste, but I thought it added a bit of charm.
Okay, so now we, I believe, officially know where Jaxera is, which is the Necromancer's Sanctuary quest. I can actually check this right now. I do have the Gloomhaven scenario roadmap or flowchart PDF. Very handy PDF. Yeah, 7 leads to 20. So we can kill Jaxera, which we are asked to do so from the demon people as well. I think this is going to actually increase our reputation again, and we haven't lost reputation in a while. Speaking of losing reputation, we need to city encounter. Get word from a contact that there's trouble brewing down at the east walls and decide to investigate. What you find is a large contingency of the city's Savas workforce, the best builders you'll find anywhere. An open rebellion against the construction managers demanding better pay for the specialized work they perform. The city would be a lifeless pile of rocks without us, one of the Savas yells. It is time we see some of its prosperity. The manager on the other side of the argument looks like a captured mouse, not sure at all how to get out of the situation. You can talk to the Savas, appealing to the sense of duty and community, or talk to the managers and attempt to get the Savas better pay. I think we want to talk to the Savas, but we don't have the Savas guy on our team at the moment. I don't think we can do either of these because you need like a smooth talking scoundrel to get them better pay or something. I just don't want to increase my reputation. So that's why I think we want to talk to the Savas. I want to talk to the Savas. Even after much effort, the workers won't speak to you at all, calling you part of the problem. Strike is eventually resolved, but no one seems happy. Yeah. Can't benefit from that one. I think that's a repeating, but I don't remember if it's a repeating event. It might not be. Anyway. 32 bucks to spend on our boy Yoshitora. Now, I opted for Theodore to have the Empowering Talisman item. Something that would be good on Yoshitora, perhaps in the end game. For the time being, I don't know what helmet I would want him to have. It could be helpful if he just makes an element. I don't have a perk available. Someone had a perk. I kind of want negative armor stuff to go away. Winged Shoes could be really good for him. Doomed Compass would be a nice buy. Doomed Compass would be a really nice buy. Actually, considering shielded enemies that are affected by this and other enemies in general, I might want to save up for this item. It should probably be a priority purchase. It's just way too useful. But Winged Shoes would be good. I don't know what I want to get him for a weapon. Maybe just Jagged Sword so he can wound something on a hit. Maybe. She's not spending money, and he's not spending money either. We are now 4 perk points away. It's 2 to 4 scenarios, depending on if I get her stuff done. And since we're going to be fighting Jaxera, who has cultists, I might want to customize our party to include the Tinkerer, but then I don't want Yoshi Tora. Speaking of which, he didn't kill any monsters in that last one. Perhaps I should have considered the other quest for him. I have to go out of my way to accomplish this, which is fine. We can always replay missions and farm it. I can always delete the character too. Right, I can delete the character. I could get rid of the Crag Heart if I want it. I don't think I'm gonna enchant anything. How about we park it here? I had a huge talking session earlier. I need to plan out what I want to do. On my road map, now that I did the grotto, and we did some farming, which we don't need to do anymore, I do have the Temple of the Elements listed as my next destination of choice, so we might do this next, which also has cultists and delicious variety of demons, including air, wind, and fire. So shields, lots of shield, and cultists. Destroy all the altars. I do remember how this one goes. This one shouldn't be too bad, honestly. There's not many demons. So, we'll probably do this next, but I'll take a break for now. I'm feeling hungry anyway. And I'll be back soon with more Gloomhaven digital in the meantime. So, thanks for watching as always, and maybe I'll see you guys in future videos.